Hey folks, Jerome Forestwood here. It's 2:48 p.m. on February 2nd, 2023 in downtown Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. It is 7 degrees outside and a cloudy afternoon in the city. In this video, I walked for 1.8 kilometers starting at the Hornby Aquabus Ferry dock, then strolled northeast on Hornby, ending my trek at the Art Gallery of Vancouver. If you would like to support the channel and help me purchase some new equipment, click the heart icon to send me a super thanks. To receive updates, follow me on Instagram at jforestwood. And if you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, share it, and subscribe. Thank you. You too. Hey folks, we're going to do another narrated video, so thanks for joining in, and just getting off the Hornby dock right now, coming off the Aquabus from Granville Island. Only cost $4 to go across False Creek on the Aquabus. Okay, and today we're going to walk up Hornby Street from the Hornby Ferry dock, of course. So the reason they call it the Hornby Ferry dock is, of course, because this is Hornby Street right here. Hornby is not one of the main streets. It is one of the streets that people use to get to other streets, of course. It's not as frequently used as, for example, something like another street like Howe, but it is used. You can see people are walking down to the dock right now. It also connects to the seawall walk that goes past Sunset Beach and over to English Bay Beach near Denman Street. Okay, we're going to continue, just being a little cautious here. Okay, crossing beach, heading up the hill on Hornby. And this is May and Lorne Brown Park. See the big table right there? I can only imagine probably, families will come and have a big feast there during the summertime. But who knows? We'll wait until the summertime to see that. Over across the street, there's the Long Table Distillery. Heard a little bit about it, but I still haven't been there. And well, we have a gym in our building, so we don't need to go to the Dynasty gym, but looks like they're still running, so get on them.
I'm really not trying to.
In this section of Hornby, you'll see a lot more residential. So condos and apartments and townhouses. One thing I like about Vancouver is it forces me to walk up hills, so of course I've been getting a lot of muscle in my legs and I actually lost a bit of weight since I was in Toronto. My partner's found that too. It's just something about being out in the mountain air. Oh, and there's someone vlogging across the street there in the white coats. This of course is Pacific and Hornby. And we'll continue north on Hornby, continuing up the hill. So the lights usually change on a 20-second or 30-second schedule. So if you're from a city like Montreal, Toronto, where the lights change sometimes a lot quicker, just be prepared for that and just be patient. It's always good if you are in Vancouver to explore a street like Hornby because you're going to find things on it you might not see if you're just going down one of those commercial strips like Robson. Okay? So, for example, how are you going to know about, RV's Butter Chicken across the street here if I didn't come down here on Hornby and they sell curries and kebabs? And I'm going to ask my partner if we can check that out later. Il Celerando di Alberto. Looks like a large Italian restaurant. And then here's a salon called Barrett. So what I just walked across was the bike path. Well, there's a little street here. So that's why I have to hit the signal. This is Drake and Hornby. Oh, it just changed. So let's cross. Now that we're getting away from the dock and we've passed through a short residential section, you can see that we're starting to get into a more of a business section on Hornby. Okay, so dental store, jewelry store, Burrard Place, is across the street. There's a Burrard Street as well, but Burrard Place is the building. We're passing Expo Rent-A-Car right now. And it looks like there's a new store going in that's going to offer things like eyelash extensions. Of course, here's the local Resident Inn by Marriott. I know for the company I work for, we prefer to stay in Marriott, just because we have a good business relationship with them. So that might be one of the places I come. if I come to stay here for work, if I would, but now I live here, so I won't. Of course, I haven't come here for work before. Every time I came to visit, it was just a personal trip, usually with my partner. So this is Hornby and Davy Street, and if you head that way, you'll head towards the Davy Village. And that's the gay village, so, or the LGBTQ village, if you want to be like that. Either one's acceptable. Basically, you know, if you come there, if you're queer, it's a welcoming place. Just past one of the most popular Brecca bakeries. On the weekends, you can see that place usually filled with people, and sometimes even a line going outside. Another Brecca bakery that gets very busy on the weekends is the Brecca bakery on Fraser Street, right near Fraser and 49th. That one gets super busy as well. And usually around the same time as the grocery stores get busy. So usually we'll go and get our groceries, and then we might sneak in there for a treat if the line isn't too long. This is Citizen and Immigration Canada right here. They're still not really having people come into the building yet, just to give you a heads up on that. They seem to be resolving some issues, and there also seems to be some news, like they just cleared their passport backlog. Such is life right now. When you see one of these and you want to cross in the same direction, just reach down and press it. Some people prefer to do it with their elbow. I like to do it with my fist. Of course, this is Hornby and Helmeken. There's the Wall Center Fine Spirits across the street there, and the Wall Center Dental. And some of those private liquor stores that are in town, and the other liquor stores that are in town are the BC Liquor Store, which is the government-run one. And you'll find an assortment of liquor stores of all different names. They are regulated under the government as well, but they're privately owned. A little different from the sweet experience I've had in Toronto, but a little more like the model you see, or a hybrid model to what you would see in Quebec. This is Hornby and Nelson Street. So this is Nelson Street right here. Then goes, it cuts all the way up to the west end. So if you walk that way, you could pass the west end. And of course, we're going to continue this way along Hornby towards the Vancouver harbor, of course. Okay. And that's crossed. So we're going to cross Nelson Street now, traveling on Hornby. You see where that cameraman is. You can see that's the local provincial court office, so the law court. And Hornby runs along this long building here that houses a lot of the law offices and law courts. And all the parts that keep it moving. If you see across the street, just across from the courthouse, is one of the few Tim Hortons that is here in the downtown. So if you are someone who enjoys Tim Hortons, that's where you can get your fix. Okay. I myself am starting to get indoctrinated into the blends world. Even their local black coffee here tastes better than Tim Hortons, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. You're free to have your own. So this is Hornby and Smithe, and that's Smithe Street. And we're going to cross Smithe Street, continuing on Hornby. And of course, here's one of the entrances to the Provincial Court of British Columbia. And more of the law offices and courts are located in this building that we're passing right now.
The law?
We're now approaching Robson Street on Hornby. And of course on this side of the street, Robson Street turns into Robson Square. So we'll pan down that and take a quick peek. And then continues back on Robson again. You can see your greeters there. They like to sign people up for charities. You do what you want with that information. They're just hard-working people, so if you don't want to talk to them or anything like that, they're okay with that. But if you are interested in the charities they're working to sponsor, we'll go ahead and do that too. Can't hurt. And on Hornby Street is one of the entrances to the Vancouver Art Gallery. and you can see that right here. And it seems like they have some events and gallery happenings, so let's take a quick peek at this. Looks like on Mondays you got seniors and coffee and tea, and then on Tuesdays and Thursdays you got behind the scenes, and then Friday night you got the lobby lounge. It's a 19 plus event, so probably with a bar, and then the open studio for painting. All ages welcome on Sunday. Interesting. Here's a little monument to Edward the Seventh, it looks like. And I'm just going to come into the giant art gallery space right now. Just going to look at one of the local exhibits here that was put up for the Lunar New Year. It does light up. Don't know how much longer this is going to be up, so let's take a quick peek. It is the year of the rabbit. If you're wondering what Lunar New Year it is. And of course you can see the backdrop of the Vancouver Art Gallery there as well. That was really interesting. So I've been walking for a little bit, so I think I'm going to finish the video right here. Just want to say, just remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'm going to take a break right on this bench here. So have a good day, and talk to you later, folks.